Hey, how's it going? Oh man, I'm going the wrong way on that. Oh, it's broken. Oh, dude. I didn't even realize that. I broke it. Shit. When did it break? Oh, I'm gonna have to do something about it. It's bad karma right there. I'm not supposed to do this live with when Justin, when he's doing documentary, and somehow I heard it snap yesterday. A couple times it snapped yesterday when I was outside, but it must have just gone over or something because the bracket, the threaded bracket on the back is just busted open, so I'm gonna eventually lose all ability of this to stay in place. Man, I don't know. He was answering questions really well. I'm like, I won't film this because it's documentary event official. And he's right. I broke the bracket. So the bracket broke, and I gotta press the home button. I gotta ruin the whole thing. Okay, the whole thing gets ruined, and I have to go shopping for. I don't even know what this thing is called. Where's Amazon's store? Here we go. Threaded tightening bracket. I don't know how to explain this. I don't want to say black arm, but this is a black arm phone holder. Okay. Black arm phone holder accessories. Okay, right here. Okay. Gooseneck bed phone holder. It looks like it's slightly different than the one I have. It's $16.49. Ooh, that one might even be better. $23, $19, $13. I don't like this one. What's this one? You get two of them? Arm and clip. $11.99. I don't know which one I have. It's a clip. Adjustable clamp. This is the one I got. It's $8. See details. Get it by Monday. I want to see if I can get the accessory to it. So what I'm going to do is add it to cart. Read more. No reviews. All right, I will order this. I will add it to the cart. Maybe it'll let me buy it, but then I got to go put more money on Amazon. Wow. Oh no, I got to change this. Okay, change the shipping. See, I get Irina, my daughter of Danielle in Russia up there. Totally changes the shipping. Okay, shipping is way more to get it to Russia. I was sending stuff to Danielle. And I kind of had to stop. Something went wrong. What do you mean something went wrong? Change the shipping address. Maybe I can't do it online. So I gotta go back. See, okay, who sells this? I gotta write this down. gotta write this down. I gotta get the paper. Sold by Zout. Okay, gooseneck. Phone holder. Universal adjustable. Sold by Zout. $7.99 Prime. Okay, let's go back. See, normally when I go in, it just changes the shipping. See, I'm on settings. So why doesn't settings go? Okay, that's all I got there. Okay, hello. Okay, hold on. Why is the I need hello. Why is the cart empty? The cart cannot be empty. Add it to the cart. Okay, added to the cart. Okay, now go to shop. Somehow, when I normally use this, it goes right into change the address. Shop and watch. It loaded but didn't go.
We got DJ Drops and Juicy
Oh my God, that's so loud.
Because Juicy Drop
Oh my
lets you
God.
make your perfect mix of sweet and sour. So your mix of sour gel on a sweet pop.
That is absolutely terrible.
Or sour gel on a sweet gummy.
Oh my God. That volume is just way... Why does it keep going back to this? Basically... Okay, change the address. Okay, so basically I gotta go back to this. I'm gonna try it on my phone real quick. Actually, I'm gonna use the internet. Go home. Oh, then I gotta log in. I'm gonna try it on my phone. Just a minute. All right, so I'm back. I ordered it. Now what I gotta do? I was sitting in the middle of making a sandwich. I bought other sandwiches today. I bought more Jimmy John's, but I had some leftover meat. Sometimes you have leftover meat, some cheese, some meat. I added a little bit of pepper. Added a little bit of butter. It ends up tasting really good. Okay. I'm a little bit concerned. What I am going to do, sometimes if you keep cheese in a plastic bag in the refrigerator, it gets lots of condensation. It can ruin the cheese. So I'm going to go get two. Actually, I'm going to go get 2 bags right now. Snack bags. Put this in there and put it back in the refrigerator because I gotta go back to the bank. I gotta go back to the bank to put more money in to make sure I can pay for this. But it didn't really answer my problem, right? See, that's why a lot of these little parts and stuff, okay, you want to just replace the little part, but you end up having to replace the whole item. That was the biggest difference of my generation, right, being born in the late 70s versus almost anyone being born before me in the 70s, the mid 70s, the early 70s, right? You had a huge proliferation of not necessarily do it yourself, okay? It wasn't like go out and buy a 3D modeler, right? Hook up, your computer, scour the internet for the plastic, parts, right? Make your own, threaded bracket, tightening bracket, on a 3D plastic maker, right? 3D plastic printer, right? It wasn't part of that. It was, we'll fix it, right? You can't fix the plastic because the plastic breaks or bends, swells, or frays a little bit, right? So what do? You go to that store that has all those little parts and pieces, right? And instead of spending, whatever I just spent, to get a new one, right? You find that little part. What used to happen is the product companies, right? Whoever manufacture these, right? They would have a product book, not an accessory book, but a product book, and each one would have a number, and you basically just go through that and you'd say, okay, here's the product number, and you might be able to call, but you could also send in a form, and then they would send you a new one, and it basically costed, I know it's going to sound bad like Steve Jobs bad, but it basically costed postage, okay? But at the time, money, there wasn't as much inflation. I'm not talking about immediate inflation. I'm just saying you could buy other things with small amounts of money. So 26 cents, right? You might spend 26 cents, right, for a little plastic piece. Okay, you buy one of them, right? But then a stamp was 15 or 12 cents, okay? I don't know if it was 8 cents or 12 cents. I don't know, okay? And then that would be your 48 cent, transaction. You write a check, or you get some type of a payment. I don't know, maybe from the post office or whatever. You would mail an envelope, you pay for the stamp, you'd fill out the, whatever form came in that product book, right? You would cut it out of there, you'd list the number, and you'd send it in, right? And that was it. They would send that part back to you in about a week and a half, 9 days, okay? And then you basically had that part, right? Nowadays, the part, I don't know how to really, figure things out, because money in products has changed so much, right? When I look at something like this, right? and whatever the price is, right? You can't really, you can, each part of this costs money, but some of it, in some ways, must cost more, right? In just some of the raw materials, right? You think about all that metal, right? Or, all that, not necessarily plastic, but, metal, plastic springs, metal, right? It's got to be worth, way more. And somehow it's almost impossible to figure out what is priceless, right? And what can you value, right? Because so many things are priceless that a person can't manufacture it no matter what. And then other times you're like, a person potentially could manufacture it, but you also have to value in materials such as metal, right? So, how much would that actual metal cost or be worth, and somehow try to combine it with the impossibility of some of these products being formed or made, right? And so I think as it went into the 80s, and I was really young, right? 1, 2, 3 years old, right? People would get really mad, I think, if I remember, even that age, right? Because, and I'm not talking about the order screw ups or the order foul ups or the price adjustments, right? But just in terms of like, what fixable item, can be fixed, and what is the cost, and what is the cost of this versus the cost of that. And so there was a lot of like anger, confusion around that. And then everything kind of blew up in the 80s with money. There was, money became, prices went up, but there was more money for a lot of different people. And a lot of things kind of went away, And by the 90s, one of the things that went away was if people had more money, some things costed more, but some things costed a lot less. People would just say, if I have to return this item, or I don't return this item, they don't, there's no more of the accessory product books by the manufacturers anyway, right? And so, the only thing was, for a little while, there was a little bit of a dip with the phones, okay? Because if you could start thinking about buying one of the same items on sale at a supermarket, at the time there was Sears or JCPenney, right? You would bypass, the mail order accessory form, right? But individual phone calls, not long distance, but also long distance could also end up costing a lot of money. So if you're looking at something extending beyond 9 days, right? 12 days, 15 days, 20 days, right? Then we had an immediate addition of business days, right? Holidays, right? By the time you get to something now that says 4 to 6 weeks for an item product, right? An item accessory product, right? It's sort of I don't want to say it's old or latent, right? But it's latent from when, you know, if there was an order screw up or something, you know, you would have to call, but you might have a much higher phone bill. Okay, if there was a product screw up, right? Like you sent me the arm again, right? But I only paid, you know, total of 48 cents. I wanted that tightening bracket, right? I got the arm in a box, which somehow must be, you know, cost way more. But is it going to cost me more to ship it back? You know, or do I just keep the arm, or what do I do, right? I mean, you know, if you send me back basically what should cost the entire amount of the product, right? You know, and I only spent 48 cents for just this little bracket thing. And it took 3 weeks or 4 weeks, right? Or going into the 4th week, and I have to make this call. And now there's like, instead of calling the service department of the parts order, you know, you've got to call a product, you know, I think it was called help support or whatever, help. You go on the helpline, right? You know, my phone bill is going to end up going up $12, right? $5 to $12 or whatever. So everything, you know, that was the only thing. And then right after that, right? 5 to 6 years after that, right? You know, I know that's not right after that, but we kind of went up with the internet, and everybody kind of said we're going to look forward, you know, to being able to put stuff on the internet and order it. But at the same time, there was, you know, basically by that time, sort of 95, 96, right? You sort of had sporting good equipment and things like that. It was just like, if something gets damaged with it, right, or whatever, instead of trying to fix it, right, just order a new one, because by the time you try to get the part, or you pay a higher phone bill, or now you got to try to buy the accessory book, or they don't have it anymore. You know, companies merged, or they changed their name or whatever. They don't sell that product anymore, right? You know, you end up having, you know, sort of what they called like a goose chase, right? And so, you know, you might go to the store, or, you know, that was sort of a department store with parts, right? And they would say, you know, let me call, you know, so it maybe takes a while. And then they say, you know, our store doesn't sell that part anymore, but there's a parts supplier store, you know, 30 miles outside this, you know, center of the city or whatever, center of the town or center of the community or whatever. You know, I called them. You can go there and you can ask for their accessory book, you know, and then try to order it, right? So, you know, it just ended up being like gasoline, driving, you know, ordering, right? And so everything ended up kind of going on the internet or whatever. So anyway, I got to go to the bank because I got to make sure I have enough money to pay for this, okay? And I really want to, you know, be. I almost did something I said I wasn't going to do, but it's so difficult sometimes. I had a little bit of a sandwich. I'm going to go get a bag right now to put this away. And I can't believe that thing broke. So I'll put the meat in a bag here. It's getting softer. I was almost going to eat a second sandwich. I tried to explain that separate from food. Okay. I don't know if, I mean, I'm sure there's people that know all about that or whatever and stuff like that, but I mean, all right. I hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.